It is actually not easy to recognize a manipulative behavior, especially when it comes from someone you care about. So in this video, we'll be talking about the signs that actually shows that you are being manipulated. Disclaimer, please note that manipulation actually is not just in these forms that I'll be mentioning right now. It can actually come in any form, and it is actually not just based on one gender. It can happen in any of the gender. So the first sign that we'll be talking about is that you're being guilt tripped. Yes, being guilt tripped in a relationship is actually a sign of manipulation. If your partner make you do things that is actually not out of your will, but they make you do it by manipulating you and saying things like, if you really love me, you would actually take me out. If you really love me, you will give me money. If you really love me or you care about me, you will do this or do that for me. And you actually make that decision not because it's coming from your heart, but because you're being manipulated, you're being guilt tripped, that this is what signifies love, is actually what makes you to do it. This is a sign that you're being manipulated, because the decision is not yours. Another sign that can show that you're being manipulated is that your partner is gaslighting. Gaslighting is actually a form of manipulation in which the person that is taking the action make the victim to doubt their own perception or what they feel about the current situation. It is just basically like saying you are overreacting, you're just overthinking it. Like something happened between two of you and you're like, this action you take right now, I'm not too sure it is something good, and they say no, you are the one overreacting, you're just overreacting, this thing is actually not a big deal. And then you begin to wonder that, wait, is it like I'm actually overreacting, or this matter is actually something really serious that needs to be talked about? Because the moment you say let's talk about this thing, they say you are the one overreacting it, you're overthinking it, why are you brooding on it? It's something that has passed and I've let go of it. But the fact that you see it as an issue and the other person is not willing to sit and talk about it just shows that you might be in a manipulative relationship. One sign that we'll actually be talking about is tears. Most men know that a responsible man cannot actually see their woman crying and not want to do what exactly they want them to do. And this is one fast and quick trick that most women use to manipulate a man. They just tear up. Once you say you're not doing something, they just tear up, and because they are crying, you just have to take that action because of them, not because you feel it is right. Even when you know this action is not right, this borrowing is not right, but the moment they start crying that I want this thing and they are crying, and you don't even have the capacity at the moment, you might just go as much as borrowing for them, you might go as much as doing things that normally you would have not loved to do, but because they are crying, you just do it. And I'm actually not talking about tears that comes from a genuine place when a woman cries, because women are emotional beings. So don't take that for granted, that they are emotional beings, and sometimes they are crying not because they want you to do extra mile. No, they just want to express let loose of their heart, just for you to give them comfort and some care, which is normal. It is just normal for them to just cry and say this particular situation is happening. Sometimes it might just even be in a scene where even you don't even have a solution to it at all. They just cry and be like, I have this health issue, I have this headache, which sometimes you don't even have anything you want to do about it. It is even beyond money or beyond your capacity in any way. It is just them letting out how they feel about the moment. So it is actually very essential that you be able to differentiate the tears of a manipulative person from the tears of just a genuine person trying to express their heart and trying to carry you along with exactly how they feel. The first thing that a woman actually uses in manipulating you is sex. Yes, if I actually don't mention this sex, this video might not just be complete, because this is actually a big tool that women actually use in manipulating a man. Like, it is amazing. I mean, it is really amazing how the fact that sex doesn't have a price. It is actually a thing of the woman herself naming her own price, and even after you've paid, if she tells you you've not paid enough, you can still pay more, because there's actually no price range or price tag to sex. It's not like noodles that everybody knows the price range and price tag, that we would always buy noodles at this specific price in the market. No. And I think that's basically because God, who designed it, did not design it in a way that you have to pay for it. Yes, he didn't put a price range because God didn't expect you to pay for sex. He expects it to happen in the confines of marriage, where it happens in mutual understanding and mutual feelings. So it is not necessarily like you're paying for it. But when it comes to the fact that you have to pay for it, you might be manipulated. I mean, you might seriously be manipulated, because the other person might just make you feel like you would be paying for the sex you had 2 years ago all of your life. And when you ask them, why are you doing this to me, they would say, didn't you have sex with me? The fifth sign that actually shows you're in a manipulative relationship or with a manipulative woman is emotional blackmail. Yes, a woman often uses this a whole lot. This involves them saying things that actually make you feel like as if staying with them or staying in that relationship is very necessary. Imagine you're trying to break up in a relationship and a woman is saying that I won't say anything, I won't say anything. You just feel like, I mean, you should talk. And it's like, if I want to talk now, I know what I will say would actually make you very hot, but I won't say anything. Or they will say things like, if you actually leave, I'll kill myself, I'll take my own life, I will do this, I'll do that. So it just make you don't want to have somebody's death on your whole neck, and you'll be like, let me just stay with her, rather than taking this bold action of you trying to leave the relationship. And emotional blackmail is actually a manipulative way of making the relationship to keep working, even when the other person is done. Please note, some of the behavioral signs mentioned in this video can occur with your partner without them even being intentional. And this is why it is very necessary that you communicate with them exactly how you feel about certain things they do. This will help you to know the state of their heart, why they do that particular thing they're doing. It will make you know if they are manipulating you or it was just a mistake that they would correct and would never repeat itself again. And I created a video for you where I explain all the basic things you need to know about a relationship, getting to know yourself, getting to understand the other person, and the basic thing that sustain a relationship. I'll be adding the link of that video to the description of this particular video. Please, once you're done watching this one, just go there and go on. Thank you so much for tuning in into this video. I'm sure you learned a thing or two. If this video was actually educative for you, do let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share. By liking and subscribing and sharing, it tells the algorithm that this kind of content is something that needs to be shared to others, and it actually makes this information to be in the hands of others and save them from being with a manipulative woman. See you in my next video. Bye.